my beautiful lovelies. Hello, it's Emmy and welcome to my 1 million subscriber video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and for being patient for this video. I had to wait for several items to come to me before I could do it. But yes, in case you haven't heard, I have reached 1 million subscribers. I am so pleased, grateful, and proud. I've been doing this for over 7 years now and it's been a long time coming. So it's wonderful to be here and thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new or if you're old, thank you so much for sticking around with me. Today I'm going to make a little epic Emmy video that includes little bits of all the videos that got me here. So I'm going to begin with a Japanese candy making kit. That's what started this all. This channel was created back when my husband and I were living in Japan. That's why this channel is called Emmy Made in Japan. It was supposed to be things that I made while I was living there. And it started off with Japanese candy making kits. So I'm going to be making this one today. This is Moku 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 Wash, and this is a tiny miniature washing machine candy. So this is made by the same company, Hato, that made the toilet candy. So I'm going to be referencing a lot of old videos, so I'll put all the links to those in the description. Like the toilet candy, it comes in 5 different colors, and this one is the number 4. And that one, I believe, is going to be this little red one here. And what you do is you assemble the washing machine and then you're going to put some candy and some water and then you spin it and it's going to create this edible foam candy. Super cute and fun, and it also gives you ideas of what you can do with the washing machine when you're finished making the candy. You can use it to store your paper clips or you can use it to store your furikake. So this is where my channel started, with candy making kits. It was a way for me to learn a bit of Japanese, and I was just so intrigued by the candy kits themselves. They were so detailed and so well made. So I thought I'd share the moment of discovery and wonder on camera, and that's really where it all started. Back in those days, I used to shoot on the floor in front of a sliding glass window on my laptop before I went to work. Those were the days. This is the powder sherbet, the fizzy washing soap that is edible, of course. And these are the parts of the machine itself. And here are the little decals. Very sturdy plastic. Nice build quality. Pretty simple kit. We've got 5 pieces. So here's the one that I got, and I'm going to copy the decals and stick that on there. It doesn't include this sticker though. I don't see that on any of the washing machines, but based on my experience with Japanese washing machines, usually that goes right here. What's very interesting doing your laundry in Japan, most homes do not have a dryer, and everyone dries their clothes outside. So oftentimes on balconies you'll see little plastic hangers and people are just drying their laundry or their futons out on the balcony because no one really has dryers. Even in the wintertime or during the rainy season, people still dry their clothes outside. It's kind of amazing. It's a great way to conserve energy and space inside of your tiny home. So we'll put that there. I actually learned to really love hanging my clothes out. It was nice. And I'll put this. So I'm going to stick the eyes on. And then I'm going to put this little curly Q right above here. The mouth. And put these on the sides. And the little cheeks as well. There we have it. A very cute washing machine shell. This is really simple. I'm just going to take this little gear and put that right there. And this is going to be the washer basket. And place that right on top of this peg. Now when we spin this little cog here, it spins the drum of the washing machine. Cute. And now we're going to put the top on. There's our little washing machine. There's the little lid that you open it, and when you spin this, it spins the drum of the machine. So now I'm going to add 3 scoops of water. And now I'm going to add 2 scoops of the washing detergent, which is just fizzy sherbet stuff. It looks like a laundry detergent too. While we're on the subject, do not eat Tide Pods. Do not. They're poisonous. Don't do it. They're not edible. All right, back to candy washing machines. Okay, 1 of those and 2 of those. Oh, I can already smell it. It smells great. It smells like ramen soda, which is kind of lemony and bubblegummy. Tap that in there. So there's our detergent in there. And now we're going to spin the drum. We're going to close the washing machine and spin our machine. I love these. I love the miniature nature of this. I love the fact that it's replicating something that grown-ups do. And I love the fact that this is edible. I'm going to open it so you can see it foaming. Starting to rise. There it is. Can you see that? Look at that. Look at that. My tiny little washing machine is foaming, and it is not crusting. It is perfect. It's just right to the very top of the washing machine. Now, since this is edible, let's give it a taste. All right, let's grab some of this foam. Itadakimasu. Ooh. It tastes like ramen soda, but it's a little bit more vanilla. Ramen, by the way, is Japanese soda. It comes in a glass bottle. It has a little marble stopper at the top, and it has a very distinctive kind of lemon limey bubblegum flavor to it. And it has a little bit of citric acid pieces in there too. There's some very, very tart pieces in there as well. It's not bad. And in terms of texture, it's just like foam, like soap foam. But of course, this isn't soap. Once you get to the bottom, you actually get some of the candy that's still mixed in with the water. So it's very fizzy and concentrated. That's actually super fun. And now I can store little things in it. And when you're finished, you can take your little measuring scoop and you can place it on the side of the washing machine. Look at that. How handy. So while I was living in Japan and making these candy making videos, people started very generously sending me packages from their home countries. So I began tasting foods from all over the world, and that became my Emmy Eats series. So in those early days, one of the very first countries I ate was a package from Denmark. Little Miss K sent me a huge, comprehensive, wonderful package of Danish treats, including salmiakki. So at the time, I'd never even heard of salmiakki before, never tasted it before, but boy, did I get a taste of it in that video. So in commemoration of those videos, I'm going to be tasting more salmiakki with the idea maybe my palate has changed. I doubt it, but maybe. So that first package that Little Miss K sent me, I tasted a variant of this. And it's made by the Fatsud company, which is a Danish company. And she sent me Turkish pepper. I think it's actually pronounced Turkish perwa. Let me step back a little bit and talk a little bit about salmiakki for those of you that have never had it. So salmiakki or salmiak or salty licorice, depending on where you're from, is ammonium chloride. And it's a type of salt that was introduced sometime in the 1930s into candies. So many Nordic countries, including Denmark, Finland, Sweden, Norway, the northern parts of Germany, people love this stuff. I, on the other hand, not so much, but maybe something has happened to my taste buds since the last time I had this. Maybe. The original Turkish pepper is a very strong version of salmiakki. So this version has a few different flavors in it. And based on what it's called, hot and sour, I think it's also spicy and tangy as well. I'm already smelling some fruitiness. Yes, it smells a bit like, you know, Jolly Ranchers, that kind of fruity candy smell, or Kool-Aid. This one's broken, so you can see that the inside is hollow, so I think there's some more salmiakki inside. These are dusted with a light brown powder, which is the salmiakki powder, or the ammonium chloride. There's this tannish color, blue, orange, and red. All right, let's try the blue. Many of you have asked me what itadakimasu means, and that's just Japanese for thank you for this meal, let's eat. I humbly receive this food. I started saying it when I moved to Japan, just everyone does it. And I continue to say it before every meal because I really like the sentiment of being grateful for your food. All right, here we go. Itadakimasu. So, this is actually not as bad as some other salmiakkis that I've had. It's actually pretty sweet. The initial flavor is salty, but it's more than salty. It tastes like artificial sweetener to me. It's kind of sweet, and it just makes my mouth pucker in a way that I find very unpleasant. This is very fruity though. Very strong artificial fruity flavor. It's actually very mild as far as salmiakkis go. Once you kind of consume all the powder on the outside, it just becomes like a hard candy. Don't really care for it. Let me try biting it and see what's inside. Oh. Excuse me. So yeah, that's not surprising. A little hint of it was right here. These candies are hollow, and inside it's filled with more of that salmiakki powder, which is salty and makes your mouth water. It tastes just very, very strongly of aspartame to me. I can't drink diet sodas for that reason, because that fake sugar tastes so bad to me. All right, I guess I have to try the others too. Let's try the orange one. Oh. Same stuff, but that one's watermelon. Ugh. All right, just try the brown one. Oh. That one tastes of black licorice with a strong anise flavor. I don't like that either. To me, that's the worst tasting one. All right, let's try the red one. Not good, but I'm getting a little bit used to it, I guess. That one wasn't very strong. I think that one tastes of strawberry. I think that one's pretty mild. Of course, I'm not going to bite it because I don't want the ammonium chloride bomb to go off in my mouth. But yeah, I think that one's probably the most mild. That one and the blue one, at least for me. I didn't actually detect any sour or any hotness. I was hoping it would be a little bit spicy, but didn't really detect any of that. Maybe if you ate the candy for longer, I don't think I could stand to have it much longer in my mouth than that, you would detect some of the more spicy notes, but yeah, not this time around. I am not finished with my salmiakki torture. I'm going to be tasting this one next. So this one is Turkish pfeffer, and this one too is Danish. It's a different brand, and this one is extra stark, which I think means extra, you know, strong. This one looks very more ominous than the other. Again, we have lozenges about the same size and shape, coated in this kind of brown powder, but the candy itself looks like it might be brown or black. All right, let's give this one a go. Oh. Oh, it's just terrible. Just terrible. I feel like my tongue and everything in my mouth is contracting and trying to get away from this poison that's in my mouth. It has that same kind of aspartame chemical flavor to me. It is sweet, but it is very salty and just aggressive. And it's making my mouth water. My salivary glands are just like kicking in, and it's just like, get this out of here. This one is anise flavor. It tastes like black licorice or those black jelly beans. Just horrendous. And once you dissolve the outer coating of the ammonium chloride, you get that really strong black jelly bean flavor. Awful. All right, let me go ahead and bite it. Oh, oh my God. Ugh. Yeah, I still don't like salmiakki. So the inside is just full of the ammonium chloride, and the moment you crack it open and your saliva blends into it, it just kind of bleeds out this salty, just awful flavored stuff, in my opinion. I know there are many, 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 many people, millions of people that adore this stuff, but I am not one of them. Gosh, I need more water. So in the evolution of my channel and my life, my husband and I got married. We had a baby while we were living in Japan, and soon after he was born, we came back to the States because we wanted to be closer to our families. So now home in the US, I continued making videos, and another lovely sent me my first MRE. So an MRE stands for Meal Ready to Eat, which contains a package of food that is very shelf stable and allows a soldier to take food wherever they go. You don't even need to heat them up. And that kicked off my whole Army ration tasting series. In commemoration of that, I'm going to be tasting this. And this is a Korean ration. It looks very, very simple. You just take a couple packets out and you add some boiling water to it, allow it to mix, and you can eat it up. Yes, I believe this is bibimbap. So let's open this up. And that's what it looks like inside. Get the spoon out. On the back here it says made in Korea. Very sturdy plastic, translucent. And we'll take out the 2 packets. So the rice kind of looks like it's puffed rice. Little pellets of meat, some dried vegetable, maybe some cabbage, carrots. Now we're going to add the packets. This one's actually liquid. This one's sesame oil, it says. So add that in there. It smells like instant ramen spices from Korean noodle package. It smells great. Let's pour that in there. Now I'm going to add the boiling water. Oh gee, it's hard to see where the water line is because this all kind of swells. Okay, so I'm going to guess that I put enough water in there. Okay, okay, so I'm going to mix this up. It smells great. It smells like genmaicha, which is a Japanese green tea that has puffed rice in it. And now I'm going to zip it up and let it sit for a little while. So far I liked everything about this ration. It's very small, very minimal, and the zip closed up very nicely, but when I had it open, it stayed nice and open so that I could easily pour my water in. It kind of reminds me of the freeze-dried ration that I had from Norway, where all the packages opened up easily and stayed open, and you had to add hot water. Although in that ration I felt it was a little bit hit or miss in terms of how much water to add to the packets that had the fill line in the inside of the package. We'll see how well this one works. So I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes and allow it to reconstitute. So while the rice is cooking, I'm going to try something else. And another series that became quite popular on my channel was my prison food eating series. And that began when I found a couple cookbooks on how to make prison food. So one of those was Prison Ramen by Goose Alvarez, and the second one was Commissary Kitchen by Prodigy. So in commemoration of that, I'm going to be tasting these. And these are the whole shebang chips. The whole shebang chips. Super seasoned snacks. This is original flavor, the potato chips with the incredible flavor that started it all. So a little background about this. These were only available in prisons. And apparently the flavor is an amalgam of all the flavors. Barbecue, salt and vinegar, all kind of mixed together to create the whole shebang. So what was interesting is when people got out of prison, they found that they really were craving these chips and they weren't able to get them. And now the Keef company, who owns the whole shebangs, have released these publicly. I'm also planning to do a whole shebang spread, so look for that video soon. They smell like chips. It smells kind of fried, oily. Doesn't smell like anything distinctive. They look kind of like a Lay's style chip, kind of thinly sliced, maybe a little bit thicker, not quite kettle chip thickness, but let's give that a go. Here we go. Wow. They're very strongly seasoned. But I guess that's what makes them good. Very, very heavily seasoned. The first flavor I taste is barbecue, that quintessential American barbecue chip flavor. That's the first thing I taste. And then right on top of that is like a chaser of vinegar. It's like if you collided barbecue flavored chips with salt and vinegar chips. Really good, very intensely flavored though. It's like the whole chip is saturated with that solution of vinegar and barbecue. Those are the most pronounced flavors. I don't really taste any sour cream and onion or any other flavors. I feel like it's just a very tangy barbecue flavored chip. Really good. Very, very strong. Nice and smoky. I would wager that there's a good amount of MSG in there as well. Nice. Can't stop eating them. Okay, so let's check on our Korean MRE. Ooh, look at that. Amazing. So all the water has been absorbed. No puddles of water anywhere. I'm gonna pour it in this bowl so you can see it. So the rice is pretty fluffy. It's not soggy. It's not mushy. Cooked pretty well. And it's a lot like a rice pilaf or something. All right, let's give that a taste. That's pretty good. It does have kind of an odd, slightly spongy texture, and I think that has to do with how the rice was treated so it could absorb water quickly. The rice has kind of a little bit of a bounce to it, and so does the little meat bits. Those meat bits are exactly like the meat bits that you would find in a cup of noodle. Steamed, kind of spongy, slightly chewy, mystery meat thing about it. In terms of flavor, this mostly tastes of sesame oil and instant soup bouillon. Essentially, this is a rice version of like a cup of noodles. It has that same kind of artificial bouillon-y flavor, same kind of odd texture because it's instant, but satisfying because you're hungry and it's hot. Even the little carrot bits are very similar to what you would find in a cup noodle as well. I think what I'm missing is a little bit of heat. I would love a little bit of chili sauce to add to this to give it a little bit more punch and variety. But yeah, not bad. There's a lot of rice in here. If I pour out the whole container, that is definitely enough for one person for a meal. So I also can appreciate the compact nature of this ration as well. It doesn't come with any other bells and whistles, but this will definitely fill you up. So there you have it, a little sampling of some of the videos that have made this channel possible. Thank you guys so much, old and new, for sticking around and joining me for this great YouTube ride. I'm so grateful to be able to do this, and I've learned so much about myself, about video making, about food, about people, about the world. And I am so grateful to be able to have this opportunity to do this as my job, as my living, and to continue taking big bites out of this beautiful world that we live in. So as a little thank you, I want to share this with you guys, and this, let me see if I have room. And this is just a little sampling of all the things that I tasted today with a couple extras. There's some whole shebang chips here. There are poppin' cooking kits that are here. These are the classic Japanese candy making kits. I put my two favorites in here, the hamburger kit and the kid lunchy kit. Love this one that has like the fried tempura action in here. Love this one. I include some neru, which was my very first candy making video. Classic again. This is a candy that's over 25 years old and still popular because it's amazing. Have that. Washing machine candies, Korean MRE, the classic Fatter Salmiakki, and also include some of the ones that I tasted in the video as well. Yeah, so tune into my social media to see how you can win one of these. There's enough for 4 people. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being with me, sticking with me, keeping this place positive and lovely. That's how I like it to be. There's enough negativity in this world. We need to combat it with love and positivity and kindness. And yeah, thanks again so much for being with me. And yeah, follow my social media, share this video with your friends. Hope you guys like that. And I will see you in my next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! I should do a bad food tasting video where I don't make any eye contact and I talk with my mouth full.